I really wish that in After Effects there was some kind of like stain remover effect, because as you can see I got a little too excited while I was baking. I don't know if you can tell, but there's some pumpkin stains on my shirt right now. I guess they're not really pumpkin colored anymore, they're just kind of like dark oily spots on my shirt, but it's all good. It just shows that sometimes you have to get your hands dirty or your clothes dirty for a good bake sale. Also wear an apron. Hey guys, it's Rachel and I hope you're all having a great fall season now. As you might be able to tell, I am definitely having a great fall season. I am currently surrounded by tons and tons of pumpkin spice desserts, and if you are confused as to why I have so many desserts in front of me, then make sure to check out my tie-dye marshmallow video, and that explains all of my involvement with She's the First, which is a great nonprofit organization, and they provide scholarships to girls in low-income countries so that those girls can be the first in their family to graduate high school. It is a fantastic organization, and I will leave some links about them in the description box below, and I am so glad that you guys really liked my first She's the First video, and today we have got the second She's the First video. I realize that sounds a little bit confusing. Today we are doing a pumpkin spice bake sale. These desserts are all so tasty and they smell amazing too. Today I'll show you guys how to make this pumpkin spice roll cake. This guy is super cute, super simple, and I'll show you how to make him in just a little bit. But if you guys want to learn how to make these cookies or these cupcakes or these donuts, make sure to head on over to the She's the First channel, and I'll have that video linked in the description box below. And without further ado, let's get started. First off, in a large bowl you need 3/4 cups of flour. Then add in a half teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of cloves, a half teaspoon of patience, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then just whisk that all together. Set that aside, and then in a separate bowl you'll need 3 eggs. Add in a cup of sugar, and just mix that until it gets really thick and pale in color. It's going to take a little while, maybe about 6 minutes or so, and you'll be left with this very thick velvety mixture. Now add in 2/3 cups of pumpkin puree. Make sure this is 100% pure pumpkin puree, you don't want pumpkin pie filling, and just mix that through. Your mixture is going to be a little bit thinner now, but don't worry, that's totally normal. Now add in your dry ingredients, and mix those in. It's also always a nice idea to finish this off by hand, just to make sure you don't crush any of that fluff we just created. Now pour this into a 15 by 10 inch pan that has been greased and lined with parchment paper. And smooth it all out. Get it into all the corners, make sure it's all spread out. Then pop that into a 350-degree oven for about 13 to 15 minutes. The cake bakes really fast, and then when it comes out of the oven it should look like this. Right after it comes out of the oven, you want to cover it with a sheet of parchment paper, then lay a cooling rack on top, and give it a flip. Try to do this in one swift motion. I know that this part can be a little bit tricky because it feels kind of awkward, but I have faith in you. Then give it a couple taps on the back, and lift off the sheet. And you can see this comes out so beautifully. Now peel off that back parchment paper. This cake is steaming hot. Look at that cool effect, very Halloween. Then add on another sheet of parchment paper and allow that to cool completely. This layer of parchment just ensures the cake doesn't dry out. And in the meantime, let's make our cream cheese frosting. You'll need 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, along with 6 tablespoons of softened butter, and just mix that until it gets nice and creamy. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of powdered sugar, and just keep mixing. Cream cheese frosting is probably my favorite. I like how the flavors are really balanced and it's not overly sweet. Now you can see I've just added in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and just mix that in. And now our cake should be cooled, so lift off that top sheet of parchment paper. Then I'm going to grab a serrated knife and just make little cuts along the cake about 1 centimeter apart. This is just going to make our cake a lot easier to roll. And now we're going to lay on the cream cheese frosting and just spread it out. Again, it's really important that your cake is completely cooled. If you do this while the cake is still warm, the frosting is just going to melt into the cake. Now I'm just going to trim off the end at a diagonal, just so our cake rolls up neater. And now all that's left to do is just roll it up. If your cake cracks at first, don't worry about it. That is the tightest roll right at the beginning, but you actually can't even tell the crack is there once you roll your cake up, so don't sweat it too much. Alright, just keep gently rolling it, and then transfer it to a cake plate. Then I'm just going to take a serrated knife and trim off the ends of the cake. and then maybe eat those later. This just gives your cake a nice clean finish. Then to decorate, I'm going to take some black buttercream frosting, and the recipe for this will be in the description box below. So I'm just piping out zigzags of frosting. And then I'm adding some more, kind of like drips down the side. And now let's make our ghost decorations. Here I just have some white candy melts in a piping bag, and I'm just piping out kind of like U shapes. And just fill those in too. Then grab a popsicle stick and just smooth them out. And then make many more ghosts, depending on how scary you want your cake to be. And then once they're set, just flip them over. Now we're going to add on the facial details using some more chocolate. I just did little oval eyes for these. I also made my ghost smiling, which I know isn't the most traditional, but it is the most cute, so I just went for it. And then I added on rosy pink cheeks. After that, I added on some white dots in the eyes. This just makes them look extra cute, as if they're not cute enough already. Then pop your ghosts into your cake. And then add on some more candy pumpkins just for decoration. And then as the finishing touch, I also added on some cute Halloween sprinkles. These stick on best right after you frost the cake, which I may or may not have done, but it still turned out super cute. And that's all there is to it. Alright guys, our pumpkin spice roll cake is finished now, and it looks so cute. You can probably tell I'm not a fan of the scary desserts with blood or fingers or anything like that. I like these cute little smiling ghosts instead. Look at them, they're so adorable. Anyways though, it is super cute, and I really hope you guys give it a try for your bake sale. And remember, this video does not stop right here. You can go out and host your own bake sale and whip up all of these really cute pumpkin desserts. And I'm not kidding, I whipped up all these desserts over the course of a single day. So really, if you get some friends together and you host a bake sale, it can be a lot of fun, and it is a great way to fundraise for girls' education. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I post 2 new videos every week. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at kawaiisweetwearld, and then check out my website at kawaiisweetworld.com. And then finally, don't forget to check out all of these She's the First links in the description box below. I'll have the link to my She's the First video in the description box below. So many things in the description box below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye guys!